Now look, don't get any funny ideas. The old man wants us to wait right here. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with part 5 of issue 95. As you can see, I've already been kind of busy. So, sorry, I did something to my camera and it decides it wants to move at different times. So, unfortunately, sorry about that. So, here we go. You can see I've done a little bit of work. So let me show you the picture so you can see what I'm working on here. As you can see, there's these little red stripes, and I'm going to use this transparent red for that. I hope that I can thin this. It comes out pretty thin anyway, but I think I'm probably want to thin it a little bit anyway. And I'm going to use that, I think. Um, so this one was kind of an experiment just to see if I can make it happen. Otherwise, what I was going to do was just try to maybe put a couple of strips along the side and just paint it by hand. But I like what it's going to look like masked better, I think. So let's go ahead and get started with that. We'll continue on getting these put into place. All right, so that only took 22 minutes. No problem. Now for you, it was much faster, but let's get this next one done. Hopefully this one will go a little bit faster. I don't have near as much stuff to go around, I don't think. So let's see how that goes. While I'm getting started on this one, let me show you the picture of this one here. And you'll notice that they hand painted it. So I kind of mentioned before that was an option. And so one side they airbrushed and the other side they hand painted. I decided I'm going to airbrush both sides. Looks rough, but I think we're going to be ready to go just for fun, for funsies. Put a little tab there, little tab there. All right, I'm going to get this mixed up, and we're just going to paint this. I'm just going to go really light with it. This side I thought was going to be easier to mask. Turns out I was wrong, so I'm going to take this with me so I can make sure I get these shaped as needed before I paint. Yeah, so let's go get this painted and see how it comes out. Okay, so we got those done. Now I just need to, I think before we move on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some hand painting in here. There's a couple spots that we're just going to do some real light gray. Might have to go a little bit darker. I don't want the neutral gray. That's not going to be quite dark enough, I don't think. Okay, so this is a dark ghost gray compared to the light ghost gray. Let's switch it up and do the dark ghost gray. So that's it for those colors. Let me get this over here. We're going to have to break out some black. Some nice flat black. I'm going to hand paint this, and then we'll come back with some other colors. So it's going to get brushed. But I want to have some real good black. We're going to just airbrush the sides to kind of fade it all and everything, but I want this to be a nice solid black in the middle. There's that. And that's the only damage that's on here. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for now anyway. What we have left to do, we're going to do some airbrushing next on, we got some lines to do, and then of course I got to do the fade work around that, and then just some of these type of faint lines, probably more similar to that. We got some of those I got to put on, and almost put my finger in that. But we're gonna let that dry, and yeah, so there we go. There's that part right now, and we'll come back with more. Welcome back. So I'm gonna concentrate on just one of these at a time, I think. I don't want to get them mixed up. So done a little preliminary masking here. I also did some testing. So I have this panel line accent, the black and the brown, and I've used them in different spots. So I wanted to see what it would look like when I sprayed it, and as you can see, it's looks pretty nice as long as you don't get too close. But like, uh, I really like how that comes out. So I'm gonna be able to spray that panel line spray, and I'm gonna start off with the brown. And there's a couple of spots that I'm gonna do. So on the inside here and here, and then I'm going to just do a light kind of browning of all of this area around. And let me show you the picture that I'm looking at here, and you'll get an idea of why. So I will kind of brown the entire outside. You'll notice this diamond is more or less cleaner. I'll put a little brown across here, I think, just as a quick accent. And yeah, and then I will switch to the black, and so the black will be down here. So I've got a little bit of accent mark there, and then it's kind of here, and then um, let me bring up the picture for that as well. Um, so I've got kind of like this little shot that goes across here, and then there's a shot that comes across here, but this is all kind of filled in, and then this is going to be filled in right here. So this is interesting. Let me get this tape ready to go. All right, so that should work for that part. And then, like I said, there's just going to be a little bit of the brown there. Most of the work's going to be fading in the browns here. And then I think after that, it's just going to be identifying where all the little black lines are that I have to draw on here. So there's going to be a fair number of those. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of, and then we'll come back and work on that one. Okay, we're back. Let's go ahead and pull our tape. See how everything came out. Some things I'm really happy with, some things might have got a little heavy-handed with, and then I had forgot something, so I had to go back. So, and I'm really happy with what I went back and did. So, okay, so we'll start down here. So I got a little heavy-handed down here. It kind of came out a little weird. So what I did was I just little alcohol and kind of cleaned that up because it was kind of blended together. But I actually like the effect afterwards. You can see that little splurch there. You can see down here. You can see along the edge, and then it comes up. So that came out really well. Then I noticed, and I was done, and I noticed that there was this little kind of scorch mark right there. There was one up here, and it's a little bit more pronounced. And then there was a little one back through here. And so I took care of that. There's the top. Looks very orange in there, but trust me, it's not orange. But then here, I got a little bit heavy-handed in spots. But actually, I'm okay with that. I think it looks good. I got accomplished what I wanted to. I also did a little bit of black over this brown here, because I noticed in the image it kind of looked like it was kind of blackish there. So other than the little lines, I would say this one is done. Well, there is some kind of wash spots and stuff that we got to do, and so we'll get those taken care of. Now let's turn our focus on this one here. Let me just bring up the images for that one. So on this one, there's a lot of washes that we'll have to do, at least on the top. And if we look in here, this center section, this whole section is, the diamond is actually a bit kind of more subdued with some lighter colors over here, maybe just along this edge here, and there. This one needs to get kind of touched up. This one and this. I can't see that part. I don't have an image that shows that part very well, but I'm assuming it'll get a little bit of brown. But like the bottom part, these raised edges will get darkened a little bit, I think, and the underneath won't. So I'll have to figure out how to do that best. But then this part will get kind of darkened just a tad bit with the brown. And then looks like we have a couple of streaks that we need to do, as well as so this streak goes all the way out to this corner. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's get that masked off. I'm going to use this bigger masking tape, I think. I like having the wider section because I can kind of use the airbrush. I can kind of use it to get the airbrush kind of effect going correctly. So if you're not familiar, like a dual action airbrush, you push down, you have air, and then you pull back. And the more you pull back, the more paint you get. And so I one, I'm getting used to this airbrush. Two, it's still a new thing for me to do, even though I've been messing around with it for a couple years. Doing the light fade work is a little bit different than just painting stuff. So that's kind of one of the things that I have to kind of make sure that I get right. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So what I'll probably do is I may paint this section first. I'll probably do the black, and then I'm going to come with the brown right on the very edge. So I want this to kind of be layered, and these effects are all going to be layered as well. So so this one is going to be one. What I'll probably do is I'll start here. Sorry, I'll start on this one. Let's at least have a marker here. Here we go. So this is one. This one here is two. This one is three. This section here is 4, and then 5 for those. Like I said, I don't have any decent photos of the front that really kind of like tells me if I have any scorch marks along the edge or anything. So because of that, I'm going to go with there are no scorch marks. There are some kind of rough spots, but I'm not going to worry about those. Some of those may have happened while getting handled or whatever. So we're going to take care of that this way. And what I'll probably do is do all these lines first, do this section, that line, and then I'll do the brown around this section afterwards. Maybe I'll do the brown first. That way I can kind of cover up a little bit with the black if I need to. Yeah, let's do that. And then when I do the brown, I can do this section a little bit. And I just got to remember that this is very subtle in here compared to the other one. All right, let's go make that happen. All right, here we are. Here is I think this is the starboard side. So I have it all done. I don't do a very good job with these. I'm not sure the best way to do it, but yeah. But I like how all the lines came out. I'm pretty happy with that. You can see all those. This little one, this one probably could have been a little bit fatter, but that's okay. And then you can see kind of the double line there. And then what I did was I used the brown just to kind of discolor a lot of the sides, just to give it a little bit not so fresh look. Did that along the top, and then I just discolored this section here, and I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I got a little bit heavy-handed there, but I think that'll be okay. Unless you're looking at the pictures, you're not going to know. So I'm pretty happy by and large with how that came out. So I still need to do the there's a couple like washes and stuff like that, a couple of those spots that I need to do. I'm going to wait and do that in the next video. Reason being is because it's getting late tonight, and unfortunately we have a storm coming, and right after that storm, it's going to storm all day tomorrow, and then right after that, the temperature is going to drop like a rock. And unfortunately, my yard is full of leaves, and this might be the last chance I get to getting the leaves out of my yard. So I need to dedicate tomorrow evening to that. So I'm going to do that, and I will sign off on this video for now. So here we are. Here are the two airlocks, mostly done. Just a few little spots left to do, and we will finish that next time when we will also finish up these. And then after that, we will be able to mount all of these. Oh, I also need to, so I'll finish up these, do those, and then we'll glue those washers in place. I haven't done that yet. So we'll get those washers glued in place, and once we do that, all of these can get mounted. So stick around for that. Unfortunately, we're going to have an episode 6, or part 6, excuse me, of this issue. So it is what it is. It's that time of year. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. May the force be with you always.